All due respect, extended version. My name is Kevin Akobedu Taylor. It's time for the editorial. And I have 5:30 right now. Editorial and walk short. But Obibeka said at the end of year, Kevin Taylor wants to do editorial on a year. This is the scene. Ewo Bogoso. A kruna a year. It's a box site truck be exploding. You know. So this is the picture in Ghana today. Now and then it say Obika say can be. People don't have the knowledge about what we are talking about. The AC, no, it is not the government. Don't blame the government. The government has done nothing. Time Mahama time, no. Nipe wu. Obi anye ne juma wu. People have to take responsibility. We jaya no. Ni refi se ochina ebetuma ni krom ena car biba besi na didim. But osi yanko Mahama time ne BNC. Or the Jimmy ama the Jimmy ne dinenim instead so be yusu ne nyansa no. In a way, who is this? And I was monitoring social media. Who is this guy to speak on this matter? Who is this person? I have every right to speak on this matter. Makachenko say, I have been on the field from day one. When Malcolm caved in, I was there. When Malcolm caved in, I reported for a foreign media. Sometimes when you don't know people, anytime sometimes it is a comfortable baby, no more Kevin Taylor. I have been on the field though. I have been on the field and I'm now here. So I know. That's why I can join the two for you to know the reality. When Malcolm caved in, the reason why I'm when a very funny video, I say, hey, Aquana Bre. Yeah. Man suffer. And we are not shy to show you how we started. Because we have nothing to hide. Master, I say, nice boys. We have nothing to hide. But we can show you how we started and why we are here and why we have the right to speak on issues. When Malcolm caved in, I was there. After the police gave us the clearance, say Yembra as reporters to cover, I was in there. I reported for a foreign company, a foreign media house. Now, don't laugh at me, but I want to show you this before I talk about today's issue. Namachenko for say, we are not here for anybody. We are here because we know what we are doing, because we want to save the nation, because the things that we have covered, it has not changed. Now, this is a report I did on Malcolm. Bogus, Mamon Streme. If you are Mecham, Mesa Kasim Yachem.
This is the Achimota Malcolm. This morning it was reported that the whole building has caved in. We're hoping to see a couple of machines who is going to help with the rescue of the workers here. We are still at the Achimota Malcolm, which actually caved in this morning. We have a couple of the workers trapped in there. They're trying everything possible to get them out. We have the military service, the police here. We have the NAGMO here, and the Red Cross are also helping out. Reports reaching us indicates that there are a couple of workers in there stuck under the building. What we're hearing, or the reports we're getting, is they're crying for water. They're also making phone calls to their relatives, telling them the situation in there is a bit dark, it's a bit hot, and it's quite hectic here. So you still have to follow us to see what we have for you. We have not seen any sophisticated machine with the rescue. You could see only bulldozers and the police and the army trying to help manually. But we're expecting to see a couple of machines, at least some sensors and all that. Nobody's able to get in there. They're talking to them through phones and also a couple of gadgets. The building has totally collapsed. It's collapsed. You have all the workers down there. A couple of them have been rescued and taken to a couple of hospitals around. So basically, you are with the insurance company.
Yes.
That's your coverage area covers security stuffs like this, because normally when it happens like this, they try to cover only the items in it, as you already said. Does it cover the individuals?
Well, it doesn't cover the individuals. Our liability is only has to do with the contents.
With the content?
Yes, for now.
So whatever happens to them in their business, in the business stance, you don't really care about it?
Well, for now, our liability is only up to the contents.
Sure. Let's go. Okay. Nicely, they are driving us away. Watch here.
Now, so now you see that typical black Lebanese. I don't know, because you really look like a typical black Lebanese. Yeah, we just didn't just get up one day and you saw us here. Now I can say, Kevin there, or a blogger, like Kevin there. He just, you know the funny thing. Do you know the person who was with me shooting was my wife? Every documentary I have done worldwide. It was my wife who shoots it. Behind, if I'm reporting, she is shooting. So when my documentary is been a baller, so now a ball him na okay, so oblo baller was my wife standing with me, el ball at him. She's a professional. She didn't look at that my black face or my Timberland shirt, but it was job we had to do. And sometimes when I see people talk about what does this guy know? What does this guy know? Well, he doesn't know what is happening. And I'm saying you don't know what you're talking about. It was my wife on the Nekuta camera, no, and it was tough because Jack, let's not go there. But I want people to have an idea of the job, what we know, and when we speak, you need to understand why we are exposing criminals. Because I have been there. People don't take responsibility. And remember, majority of my documentaries, it was done during the NDC time. One of my biggest documentaries was on energy crisis in Ghana. Africa Energy Project. Who was president? That was Dumto time. Why are you not telling me, says, I Dumsonam here, you know, you're born or Al Jazeera, you're born or La Stampa, you're born or why didn't you say that time, you know, Nami NDC ni? So sometimes we want you people to understand. We are doing a job because we have to do the job, irrespective of who is in power. Into me, my core ground, and I make them say, this government is the worst in our history. Believe me. Now, Sa Bogoso issue we are no. It's something we don't have to be playing with. And what I can say is there are lots of people here. They have to understand that some people, no matter what, have to take blame for this. And you'll be negligence, and I'm always see it. You can use all the technicalities. You can try and obetuma finding your maybe a war is see wahaya o hello TV see me say a obi responsibility in a way when natural when natural disaster. This is a preventable disaster. Sa a way it is preventable. Sa mistake way it was preventable. This was negligence of duty. And Kamene Woka say the interior minister and the interior minister and I've forgotten this person's name, Ambrose Derry, and then the second person, Ambrose Derry, as I speak to you, nanka also ordine juma to the interior minister also ordine juma to and the MPA boss, the Kokofu, Honorable Kokofu. These two people, Osankende and Koma resigned the dada. Honorable Kokofu now head MPA, MPA no. And EPA, sorry, thank you very much. Environmental Protection Agency, thank you very much, Jennifer. Honorable Kokofu now me a scandal recently, and I told you people say, Oti EPA, and he's signing some contractor. He's not even checking the effects of the contract. September, me catch them. No journalist carried it. I brought documents out. Mokai. He is the boss of EPA, Environmental Protection Agency. Now, the issue is, or no, any Ambrose Derry, who is the interior minister, and Kende and Ghana for Kamo President one time. Because Kokofuru not to. And all signing contracts with about some chemicals. Yeah, he knows the chemicals and worldwide it has been banned. It doesn't matter. Or see India for one say use chemicals in he has to sign those documents. Okay. Remember this document? September, yeah. They catch them and I'll sign 3 contracts. On the boss of EPA. Before these dynamite, before these chemicals gets on the street, EPA, no, if they tell Ghanaians that they have no knowledge about this, he does not deserve to be there. It does not matter. The interior minister, who knows how this and what this can cause, tells Ghanaians he has no idea about what is happening when it comes to this bauxite going through our cities. Without being guided properly, he does not need to be there. These two people, Honorable Kokofu any Ambrose Derry. They come here nipa they should have resigned today. Mo amotia bruche munim say nka sankofo nko ma bruche and come resign da. And Kadian Ponchi. I told you here, EPA boss, Bukai. Now Mumusan say, sa contract not signed, sa chemical no. Mumusan say, sa chemical no, and that one system, I said this system. Is it allowed? Nobody picked this document. No journalist in Ghana told Ghanaians, say, hey, there's a chemical, you see, a kokofu assigner, yeah, the whole world are banning. Nobody talked about it. Until today, say nyama way koso. A better when we said there are more stuff in the system that has not gone through the process. Now we better say, hey, na box site explode there. If EPA hey, be careful. You need to know what you're asking. Now a box site explode. Sorry, ewo bogo so there. Anka Ambrose Derry there of or yeah, Interior Minister. Hey, don't talk too much. Now look at this. Ambrose Derry, in 2017, explosives company Maxam giving ultimatum over safety violation. Where 2017, and Ambrose Derry, a cancer some way, or an interior minister, right? Now, when you read the story says this. Ambrose Derry, the Minister of Interior, has ordered the management of Maxam, one of the world's leading explosive manufacturer and technical service provider operating in Takwa in the Western region, to address all shortfalls in its operations within 8 weeks. He said if the firm fails to meet the approved safety standard by December 10, 2017, the ministry would have no alternative than to stop granting them any further permits to handle explosives. The question is, the company, were they able to make sure all the procedure, the process, they followed it? Did Ambrose Derry follow up? Did the EPA follow up? And this is the same company today. Their explosives have gone off. And see, the question is simple. Ambrose Derry case asked about 2017. Did they follow up? Did he follow up to make sure, say, sa running the precautionary measures me say diso. He is the interior minister. So when he tell me, say, how does Ambrose Derry come in here? I say, why are you doing this to yourself? How does the EPA boss do, the Environmental Protection Agency, Kokofu Honorable? How does he come in here? It is very important. So these two people resign. So when we fail to force people to resign, people to take responsibility, a crown one day, if this truck had exploded in the middle of Takrade, do you know what would have happened? If this truck had exploded in a city, do you know what would have happened? You tell me, no consequences. The minister works, the EPA boss works, they don't have anything. They are pushing the blame away. And then the vice president. Now the vice president steps out and wants to play politics with this. And then what he does is he goes to the location. The president says that, you know what, I want you to be president next upon all your ignorance. Go there quickly. Go and let people know you came there first. You came there before Alan Chemantin. You came there before John Mahama. Go there and go and tell them that we will do what? We will build houses for them. Abra, Asemna is, we don't really know what actually caused it. You name the specific chemicals are not a bauxite. Say, president has not been briefed. Say, I didn't explode, it was some chemical reaction. So a radioactive reaction. So the place had been open for everybody. The vice president walks in quickly and then he makes a pronouncement he knows unto me and for Philly. All because dinkai ko na okwa na nkofo mu say na dinkai ba enti odwene ho. But the question here is, say you hope any problem with this? Na say adwene say ye nya nipa bi bedoye ba wo mi aba ekufu ado aba and ye ne ye jimi. Because in the first place, say a dynamite na we see ya, I don't care. me person me busa say rules and regulations that govern the transportation of this from where it's picked from to its destination was everything followed, and all steps, all protocols, all procedures, everything was it followed, because this is not mankini, this is not banshee, this is bauxite, dynamite. This is dynamite. This is not knockout. This is not Kobe. This is not the explosion of Yokogariu. This is dynamite. Into every single step, that particular dynamite in be moving on. I will say all procedures followed. Nothing should be left behind, because a little mistake like what happened has caused lives. Now, there are people who are supposed to make sure, say, every single step of dynamite in Betuno, the rules and regulations apply, because that thing, they treat it as a hazardous a product or content. In America, in Europe, in Asia, say almost transporting a excavator cry. You see the precaution they take when they have to transport something that is hazardous, even a little bit, something that can harm humans. Do you see the precautions they take? One kasa wuti abroche, yeah, the excavator crab a few area, how another area. See the number of cars behind it, front and back. See the number of hazard. See the number of cautions. See the number of precautions they take. We are talking about dynamite. Thank you. It is not carbado. It is not knockout. It is not a tiabo throw. This is dynamite. So I want in a mining area that they make on tiasie. You know, a truck full of this is dynamite. This is a national disaster, and this is an avoidable disaster. People have to take responsibility. Technically, that was a bomb. Now, the vice president decides to go there. NADMO, they lost the fight because they didn't even know what to do. So we are going here. This should give you a clear idea of when there is a crazy disaster. And I'm not going to say Sebe, please. Me say, if there is a crazy disaster, you don't have a country, you don't have a system that protects you. Now, let's not crack out say EPA boss, SI contract, chemicals, bad chemicals about system. That will kill everybody.